friends. I'm happy to see you. My name is Vera Gershina, and I am a coordinator of American Corner Petropavlovsk. And today I want to introduce the new books our department received. And we're going to start with The Lord of the Rings. This is an epic high fantasy novel by the English author and scholar J. Tolkien. It is set in Middle-earth. The story began as a sequel to Tolkien's 1937 children's book, The Hobbit, but eventually developed into a much larger work. And this is one of the best-selling books ever written, with over 150 million copies sold, right? So you can see how well it is done, right? All the books, so they come in an authoritative edition, and they are elegantly presented in handsome uniform editions. So they are hardbacks, right? It's so nice even to touch them and to read them, for sure. And I'm also very happy to show you this treasure we got. They are Harry Potter books, so the series. Look how it is made. So here you can find all of the 7 books about Harry Potter's adventure. The adventure of Harry Potter, his friend Ron, and Hermione, right? So they are one of the most best-selling books ever, because they were sold more than 500 million copies, and they were translated into 80 languages, and they were made into 8 blockbuster films. So yeah, pretty amazing. So you may come to our department, take them and read them if you are a big fan of Harry Potter, as I am. Okay, if you love reading fiction, we have really nice novels for you to read. So this one is The Golden Bowl by Henry James, and it was written over a century ago, so pretty old, but still it has a very interesting plot about Maggie Weber, a young American heiress, and her widowed father Adam, a billionaire collector of objects of art. And they lead a life of wealth and refinement in London. And then they both are getting married, Maggie to Prince Amerigo, an Italian aristocrat, and Adam to the beautiful but penniless Charlotte Stant, a friend of his daughter. But then the story begins, so I highly recommend you to read this book. So another one is much more modern. It is called Winter Street by Ellen Hildebrand, right? So Ellen is a best-selling author in America, and this is her first winter novel. And this story about a family. They gather on Nantucket for a holiday filled with a lot of surprises. But what I loved reading about this author, so Ellen, when she was at school, right? She made a paper angel ornament in 3rd grade, and it is still in her family's custody. She loves celebrating the holidays. That's why maybe she wrote this novel, right? And she celebrates the holidays by making batches of mustard and chive pine nut dip and gifting them to her lucky friends. She loves carols, right? And you can find one of her favorite carols in this book, which is called O Holy Night. Okay, but if you... we also have the books for women and about women, like this one by Angela Davis, which is called Women, Culture, and Politics, right? So she shares her personal stories, right? And what is interesting about Angela, that she is a writer, a scholar, a lecturer, and a fighter for human rights. She is a founder and co-chair of the National Alliance Against Racist and political repression, and serves on the National Board of Directors of the National Political Congress of Black Women and on the board of the National Black Women's Health Project. She lives in California, where she teaches philosophy, aesthetics, and women's studies at San Francisco State University. So she does a lot for society, for fighting for people's rights, and so on. And this is an inspiring story. And this is a true story. I am Malala. So it's a true story of the education activist and youngest ever Nobel Prize winner. So can you imagine? So she won a Nobel Prize. She was only 10 years old when the Taliban took control of her region. But she stood up for what she believed in. And she wanted to get educated, right? She went to school. And on her way to school, she was shot. And no one expected her to survive. And so now Malala is an international symbol of peaceful protest. So I think that her story, her powerful story, will make you believe that one child, one teacher, one book, and one pen, and one American quarter can change the world. So I highly recommend reading this book. What else we have? We have this wonderful book, Emotional Agility. And this is so it can unstuck, embrace change, and thrive in work and life. So the author is Susan David. And it's like a key to happiness, a key to know yourself, right? So if you struggle with something, I think this book is just great to help you with the problems, with the sadness or anger or guilt or fear, right? And you can, while reading this book, you will know how to make sure these feelings don't take over our lives, right? Okay. This one is also very interesting. This is called the $100 Startup. So this is kind of reinvent the way you make a living, do what you love, and create a new culture by Chris Guillebeau, I guess. His last name is pronounced like this. So it's like a guide that shows how to transform idea into successful business. And the book says it can be easier than you can imagine, right? In fact, the fact is you can keep your current life on track while you check out whether your concept has legs. You are in charge of which ideas deserve your time, and this book can help you wake up every morning eager to progress to the next step. Here at American Corner, we had a business course in April and was pretty successful, and we are going to have another one, like business incubator for women, in October. So I think all these people are interested in starting their business or making it better. So this one can be a great help as well. And we don't forget about our young learners, right? Our young readers. And we have this one by Terry Pratchett, The Amazing Maurice and His Educated Rodents, right? So Terry Pratchett mostly writes for the kids, and also he's a best-selling author, I can tell you, because his books were sold more than 55 million copies worldwide, right? So, and for this story, The Amazing Maurice, he even won a Carnegie Medal, so which is great. Yeah, it can be quite difficult for very young readers, but for 7th, 8th graders, I think it's just the right choice. We also have two inspiring stories about the people you probably know. This one is about Abraham Lincoln, and this one is about Martin Luther King. So I guess you know that Abraham Lincoln became the 16th president of the United States, and many people still say that he was the most important president before he made history by ending slavery and reuniting America. Abraham was a hardworking kid who believed in equality for everyone. by learning as much as he could, he would help people and change the world for the better. In this book, you may explore how Abraham went from a poor farm boy with a dream to one of the most powerful leaders in the history. And it can also inspire you to change the world, to make your contribution, right? And Martin Luther King, he became one of the most important civil rights leaders in America by fighting for equality for black people. Before he made history with his powerful speeches and peaceful protests, Martin was a dedicated, smart kid who loved to learn. He challenged racism and overcame hardships to follow his passion and do the right thing. Here in this book, you may explore how Martin went from being a kid with a dream to an outstanding leader who made America a better place for everyone. And maybe after reading this book, you will want to make Kazakhstan a better place. For those who are interested in going to universities in America or in Europe, right? So these great books can help you. So this one is GRE. This is a graduate record examination. It is a standardized test conducted by ETS, and the GRE scores are accepted by most of the top graduate level schools worldwide for the master's degree program. So it's just your gateway to universities worldwide. And AST, EST test. So EST is a non-profit organization. Is one of the most popular college admission tests that measure the knowledge of high school students to determine where they are ready to pursue their degree in a college of the United States. The score of AST test remains valid for a period of 5 years and is used by USA colleges to take admission decisions. This test is conducted 6 times a year and consists of subjects like English, mathematics, reading, and science. And so the last book today is called 500 Scary Places to Visit in America. So it's quite unusual, right? If you love horror stories, if you're interested in going to haunted places, so this one is great for you, right? So it just shows the images and photos of different places in the United States that are abandoned, but still people go there and visit them, right? So you may also come and check it. And as for the games, we also got some. They are mostly for little kids. You can play these games with your kids or with your students when you come to American Corner, for example. And we will start with the easy one, which is called Alphabet Matching Game. So you see the set of cards here, so it's pretty big, with some beginner words like toothpaste or unicorn, right? And you may check how the ways you may play this game. So actually there are 6 ways to play it, which is amazing, right? And while playing, you can teach your kids or your students a bunch of new vocabulary, right? And so you see like a king, right? So you see an image on one side and you see a letter this word starts with on the other side. And so some are uppercase, some are lowercase, so and you can think of many ways to play it. So just great. So another one, when you already learn the basic vocabulary, right? So this is a sentence building, you see. They go like in the shapes of puzzles, right? You can put them together and form sentences. So there are verbs and pronouns and some images with some objects. So it can teach you how to form all kinds of sentences, which is also great. And so when you're child or your student already knows some English, yes, so you may play this game with them, which is called What Am I Guessing game. What do we see here? There are nice cards with an image on one side and with the questions on the other side. And you can test your kids, right, by asking them these questions, like this one: I am a type of food, I come in many flavors, candles are placed on top of me, I am decorated for a special person once a year. What am I? If you guess it, you may write in the comments, and if you guess it right, you can get a small prize from the American Corner. So I'm waiting for your answers in the corners. And this is the game I maybe love the most because it comes with a nice wooden box, right? So this one is also to learn basic words, how they are spelled, and so on. So you can see two images on both sides and how it is written, right? So you may also play these games differently. You may place this card into the box, right? And for example, kids must match the letters, right? Like this one, you find C, you find U, and you find P, right? So this is a cup. Or you can make it more difficult, so you hide the word, and then this is a spelling game, so the kids need to spell those words. So I think it's a great help. And look at the blocks that come with this game. They are made of wood, and they are very nice to touch, so just amazing. Okay, so I guess this is all for today. Of course, they are not all the books that we received. We received more than 30. So please come and check what new books we have. You may take them home. You may read them here at American Corner. You may take part at the events at American Corner. You are very welcome. So hope to see you soon, and bye.